Hey Scorpio, welcome to your weekly forecast for May 17th through the 23rd. This is for Scorpio Sun, Moon, and Rising. Keep in mind, guys, we are coming into a lunar eclipse, super moon, next week on the 26th. So some of those energies might already be starting to flow in this week. We're going to see how the energies overall are impacting the Scorpio collective, Scorpio Sun, Moon, and Rising. And keep in mind, these are general messages, general readings. Not every message will resonate, but take what does and leave the rest. Okay, my dears. You might be having a hard time making a decision because if you can see here, the cards are getting stuck while I'm shuffling them. So I can tell a lot about the energy of a situation based on how the cards shuffle. So Scorpio, some of you are at some kind of an impasse, some kind of fork in the road, and you're trying to figure out how to move forward. You're trying to figure out what's going to be the best approach, the best way of doing things. You might be kind of having a hard time deciding between your head and your heart, I also feel like this sense of like guilt, like you feel guilty for wanting to do a certain thing or to make a certain decision. So there might be this little bit of like a stuck feeling or like having a hard time doing what you feel like you have to do. But we're going to look at what the cards have to say. That's just what I was feeling in the energy overall. Your first card here coming up. Yeah, Scorpios. I'm a Scorpio too, so I have to chuckle. I have to laugh. I think this is a card we know well, right? Scorpios know the tower well. If you know anything about Scorpios, right? And you probably do if you're here watching this. Scorpios are representative of death and rebirth, cycles ending and new things beginning. And Scorpios are referred to as the phoenix rising of the zodiac. And Scorpios tend to have more difficult, more challenging lives than a lot of the other signs. Because that's what we're here to learn. We're here to learn how to reinvent ourselves. We're here to learn how to overcome obstacles and challenges. We're here to rise above. And so when the Tower card comes up, there could be a sudden shock, a sudden shift that's coming in. So if you've been torn about making a decision, rest assured the universe is stepping in with some kind of divine intervention to push you through the door that is opening here. Okay, there's gonna be some kind of tower moment where it's like, okay, here we go, we're going for it. And keep in mind, the tower doesn't happen as a punishment. It's actually a very loving thing. People get very upset when they see the tower. But if you know anything about the tarot, okay, the major arcana cards have the Roman numerals here, and it starts with 0, which is the Fool. So the major arcana tells the story of the human experience, right? In the beginning, we're going for it. We're taking a leap of faith. We're like, I'm going to see what life has to offer, and everything is going to be, oh, so wonderful. And then we have all of the lessons that come in and all the experiences that come in, right? All the ups and downs, all of the moments of growth. And so each major arcana card has a number because that's the order we tend to experience life in. The tower is card number 16, which comes after the 15th major arcana, which is the devil. And the devil is being stuck. The devil is being trapped. The devil is being afraid to make choices and decisions, right? We feel like we can't get out of something. We feel stuck in a situation. So the tower happens to bust us out of that prison, right? It's a prison break, essentially. Like your spiritual team is coming in and busting you out of there. And it feels very scary. It feels very sudden, but it's not a punishment. It's an act to deliver us, to rescue us by intervening and removing this devil energy from your life, this stuck energy from your life to get you moving. Okay. It can also indicate here happy things happening where we're being pushed out of our comfort zone. Okay. I do feel, Scorpio, for some of you, you've been praying for something and wanting to manifest something for a really long time. Maybe it's a move or relocation. Maybe it's a relationship. Like I just want to find my soulmate. I just want to, be with the right person. Some of you might have something landing from the sky. And even though it's a really good thing, Now that it's here, it might feel very terrifying for you to accept it. It might feel very scary because it's like, wow, is it really safe for me to receive? Is it really safe for me to step out of my comfort zone, to step out of my little world, my little bubble, and allow this in? So, in general, the Tower card is just basically anything coming in that's pushing us out of our comfort zone, that's leading to a permanent change, something in which our life is never going to be the same again. So, it can be very happy experiences as well. Okay, but there's going to be an element here of having to overcome fear and being pushed through that energy. So I want to pull clarifiers here around the Tower. I don't typically pull clarifiers in the YouTube videos, but I know the Tower freaks a lot of people out. So let's pull clarifiers here. Clarifier 1, please show us clarifier 2. Please show us clarifier 3. I pull clarifiers when I do private readings for people. I just typically don't do them in the weekly forecasts. So we have here the 7 of Wands, clarifier 1, the 3 of Pentacles, and the Wheel. So some situation is moving forward. Okay, 7 of Wands here indicates to me that your way through the situation is going to be best by not falling into drama. Okay, sometimes the 7 of Wands to me feels like you're rising above a situation and you've been elevated in some kind of way. And there might be people here who are wanting to pull you down, they're wanting to yank you down. And I feel like it's like with their words. Okay, like with their words, you're rising above a situation and somebody's trying to pull you back in, somebody's trying to bait you. For some of you, this is around a positive thing that's coming in where people are being jealous and they're hating and they're talking negatively about you. Okay, so if it's a work situation, oh, Scorpio wasn't qualified for that. Scorpio must have slept their way to the top. Scorpio must be playing politics. Scorpio must be, having them fooled. And so they might start saying things or doing things to try to push your buttons to get you to react. Aha, see, look, Scorpio has a temper. Aha, see, look, Scorpio's like this or Scorpio's like that. They might say things or do things to try to knock you down from that elevated place. And 7 of Wands says, hold on to your dignity here. Don't lose your dignity. Don't stoop to their level. Just keep doing what you're doing. If it's a relationship situation, people might be talking about you and saying things about you like you stole this person away, or you're, playing with their head, or you're being manipulative in some kind of way and you've got them under some kind of a spell, and that's not going to last, or you're not good enough or something, or they're playing you and you're going to get burned and you're going to look stupid, or just some kind of negativity here. Don't pay attention to it. Don't pay attention to it, Scorpio. You just keep doing what you're doing. I just feel that the Tower card is telling us that a lot of you Scorpios are going to be coming into elevated energy where you're improving your life and there's some kind of like a step up. There's some kind of step up that's coming in here, really positive energy. And there might be people who are making you feel bad about that, or they're jealous and they want to act like you don't deserve it and they want to pull you into an argument or a disagreement. 7 of Wands is saying, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. You just keep doing what you've been doing. You're on the right path. There's no sense in, arguing with people who are simply just wanting to argue. They're not looking for resolution. So just continue to move forward. Now, 3 of Pentacles can be some kind of collaboration. It can be some kind of mentorship where you're being taken under somebody's wing and they're wanting to show you the ropes and they're seeing your potential and they're wanting to teach you, to bring you up in some kind of way. So maybe some of you are landing some kind of apprenticeship or internship, or some kind of like, somebody is seeing potential in you and they're training you up with some new skills, or bringing you into like a new department or training you for some kind of promotion. In a work situation, I see 3 of Pentacles come up a lot when you can tell or sense that like your supervisors are talking about you, but nobody's really telling you what's going on. And they might be like, hey, Scorpio, can you do us a favor when you come in tomorrow? Can you please go over to that department and sit with so and, kind of watch what they're doing and, learn what they're doing and sit with them. Can you please, help with this or help with that? And you might be like, what in the heck is going on? Am I not doing a good job at my job? Are they trying to put me somewhere else so that they don't have to get rid of me? But oftentimes in that energy, it's like they see potential in you and they're thinking about moving you up, but they want to get a good idea of where they're going to get the most out of you, what you seem to enjoy. They're studying you. So some of you might be in that kind of energy in a work situation. And again, that might be why people are talking or being jealous or trying to bait you into, losing your cool. In a love situation, it could be, and I don't typically talk about love and romance in the weekly forecasts, but I did kind of feel for some of you like this fear about like a soulmate. Like, oh my gosh, like you really like this person. Oh my gosh, you like you've manifested this person, but then like you're scared to let them in. So typically I don't talk about love in the weeklies, but I am getting that vibe, so I'll talk about it a little bit. But if you want a deeper love reading, you can check out the love readings I did for May. Those are linked in the description. I do feel for some of you Scorpios, like this person is just landing from the sky, falling from the sky. Okay? But in a love situation, Three of Pentacles tells us you're dealing with a person who's going to want to take things really slow. Really, really slow. Oftentimes because they've been burnt before, they've been fooled, they've been taken advantage of, right? And so they just really want to make sure that you seem that you are who you seem to be, and that you guys want the same things, that you have a good foundation. One of the things about Scorpios are stereotyped as this. We hear it all the time that Scorpios are very sexual. Scorpios are very wild in bed. They're very seductive. They're very alluring. But the thing about Scorpios, which a lot of people don't realize, Scorpio can definitely get into that energy, but most Scorpios aren't just willy-nilly like that with every single person who comes along, right? But like when they do like somebody or let somebody in, they have very sexy energy. Okay. So I feel like this person is picking that up about you, and they're kind of like, ooh, like, is this person is Scorpio trying to seduce me? Is Scorpio trying to, so they might really take the physical aspect of it super slow, because like they want to be sure that they're getting to know you. They want to make sure they're not getting blinded by the physical passion or the physical connection. So this might be a relationship that moves a lot slower than what you would want. But it's kind of good because I think some of you are scared about it anyway, so it gives you time to get out of your fear. But know and understand that this is something that is going to be happening very gradually, even within like a promotion or something. This is not going to be overnight. This is going to be something that you're strengthening, that you're building over time. Like things look good, and we're building upon this new foundation. The wheel card is moving forward, getting unstuck, getting moving, coming into a new cycle, coming into a new period. If you are a Scorpio who's going into some kind of self-employment, or you are self-employed, or if you're a Scorpio that your work varies, like say you're doing something commission based, you don't get paid hourly, you get some like commission or sales or bonuses. I feel like you're coming into a period where there's going to be a lot of work, or there's something offered to you that's going to bring in a big amount of extra money. Okay. And one of the things you need to keep in mind, some of you are kind of like, well, is this going to be enough to keep me going? Am I going to have to find a different job? Am I going to have to be able to continue doing this? The wheel card for me in that instance comes up to say that yes, you are going to be able to be self-employed, or you are going to be able to continue this kind of more free-flowing work. But you have to keep in mind that everything happens in a cycle. There's going to be really, really busy periods, really, really slow periods. If you are wise with the money in the busy period. When the slow period comes, you can actually rest. You can take a break. You can take a trip. You can go do something and treat yourself with that money, right? And enjoy not having as much work and enjoy having a little bit of downtime, right? The money in the busy period will be enough to cover the slow period. Instead of looking at it as, oh, I got to get more people in, got to get more people, more sales, more people, more work, more hustle, more hustle, more hustle, more hustle. You're breaking out of that hustle mentality. It doesn't have to be hustle. It's just changing your relationship with money. And once you do that, you're good, you're solid. Okay. So I think a lot of you Scorpios are breaking out of that cycle. When we're talking about things that we're letting go that no longer serve us, maybe you got up on that adrenaline. You liked that hustle. You lived for the challenge. And you're learning that it doesn't have to be that way. We don't need that adrenaline. Okay. Your next card here, oh, is the strength card. I'm getting emotional. I'm getting emotional doing this reading. Okay, another major arcana card. So we had the tower, we had the wheel, we have the strength card. Now we're having major arcana cards coming in back to back, back to back, back to back. Hold on to your hats, buckle up your seatbelts, Scorpio. Oh, yeah. I knocked something over. When I have major arcana cards coming in back to back, you're coming into a massive shift. Okay? You're coming into big, big changes happening back to back, happening very quickly. Okay, so there's this massive energetic shift, this massive ascension, this massive energetic upgrade. And some of you may have relocated recently, or you're preparing to relocate, and you don't understand why this is happening. The reason why it's happening is you're coming into a place where the energy is going to allow you to open up, and it's going to allow you to attract more abundance, better relationships, like higher quality of people. And I almost hesitate saying that because I don't want to say that there's people who are bad or low quality, but just better for you type of interactions, better for you type of connections, relationships, higher vibrational is I guess what I want to say. You're coming to a more higher vibrational place, and it's helping you to become a higher vibrational in what you're putting out there to the world. Okay, so your energy is improving, your product is improving, spiritual gifts and abilities are strengthening, and your heart is opening up. And the strength card for me is a card that comes up when we're having to embrace our vulnerability. Again, this is not a love reading, but there's an element of that with the strength card that comes up sometimes in my readings when we're manifesting true love, we have to embrace our vulnerability. Okay? And so if you are a Scorpio that you've just been tough as nails because you've had a really hard life and you've had to overcome all these things by yourself and you didn't have support and you didn't have help, right? You had to like put on this tough skin. And now, so for a lot of you, you're embracing, or you're being forced, I'm sorry to tell you this, you're being forced to embrace your vulnerability, because that's how you're going to attract supportive people. That's how you're going to attract people who step in, who care about what you're feeling, who want to be there for you, who are going to be loyal. Okay, that's one of the things you need to know, Scorpio. Scorpios are fiercely loyal, as I said, sometimes to a fault. And there's an element of loyalty with the strength card. And so maybe a lot of you Scorpios have been in a pattern where you've been very loyal, but the people that you've dealt with have not been loyal, right? You're going to manifest loyalty by embracing your vulnerability, acknowledging your feelings, going out into the unknown, and being loyal to yourself, being committed to yourself, to your ideas, to your dreams, to what you want. And when you can be committed to you and loyal to yourself, you're going to see that you're attracting committed, loyal connections and relationships into your life. Your next card here is the Ace of Cups. Oh my gosh, how beautiful. Ace of Cups in general is very happy energy. Ace of Cups can be a new home. Like I said, a soulmate, significant soulmate, true love, a sense of emotional fulfillment, creativity, especially those of you that the heart chakra is opening up and you're getting into your spiritual gifts and your intuition. Intuition and creativity go hand in hand. So you might be noticing a boost in creativity. Your creativity might be really coming to the surface here, and you might be enjoying doing creative things, or getting more into arts and music, and you just appreciating those things, maybe for some of you. But just a sense of feeling home, like there's a sense of like feeling home with the Ace of Cups, feeling fulfilled and happy. And I love to see the Ace of Cups. Those of you who watch my videos, you've heard me say this before in the past. Ace of Cups has a special meaning for me. Ace of Cups is basically, you're turning over this karmic leaf. You're done with having the same thing happen to you again and again and again and again. And you're like, universe, I'm tired of this. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of feeling this way. I'm sick of the same thing happening to me all the time. I've learned my lesson. I know what the red flags are. I know what to look out for, and I'm not putting up with this anymore. I want to be happy now. And if it comes up again, I'm going to know exactly how to identify it and turn the other way and not even give it a second of my time. Universe says awesome. Scorpio is awake now. Scorpio is no longer needs this discomfort and this pain to wake Scorpio up. Now Scorpio is awake and ready to learn through love, abundance, support, friendship, creativity, success. So now your lessons are going to come in a fun way. Just like in school, there's some teachers, all the kids are like, oh God, I really hope I don't get that teacher this year. And there's some teachers that are like, oh, please, please, please let me be in that class this year. They're teaching the same grade, they're teaching the same stuff, but one teacher makes it excruciating and one teacher makes it fun. You get to be in the fun class. You get to be in the positive karmic lessons because you're ending old karmic cycles. Mind blown. I'm getting chills like crazy here. Here we have it, Scorpio. This is huge. 10 of Swords is ending a karmic cycle, being done with it forever, never ever having to go back to it ever again. So whatever changes are coming in that are positive, Spirit is trying to give you confirmation. Don't be scared, because this is not happening to you for it to be taken away from you. This is it. This is it. Your life is forever changing. There's no going back to the old ways. Whatever you were meant to learn from it, you learned it. Whatever karma you had to pay back, you paid it back. You're done. You're free. Paid in full. Move forward. You're never going back to the old ever again. Some of you might be overcoming or healing from some kind of self-medication. Okay. This is very, very true for those of you who are very intuitive and very spiritually gifted. Intuitive, spiritually gifted people are very sensitive to energy, and so a lot of the times they end up with addictions, whether it's substance abuse, whether it's food, whether it's sex, whether it's video games or gambling or shopping or being a workaholic, whatever it is, they tend to self-medicate. And so I feel some of you were self-medicating in a way that was like killing you. It was like taking years off your life. And I feel like you're finally turning it around. You're disconnecting from the old energy once and for all. And it's just coming off of you like this big, heavy burden. Okay? And it's coming off of you. I'm just going to share this with you guys. I don't know why I'm being moved to share this with you, but I'm being moved to share this with you. When I was younger, someone I knew passed away, but I didn't know that they had passed away, right? But they came to me in a dream and they were like pulling me like to go with them. Like I felt like they were killing me. Like it was just really weird. And then I found later that they were dead and I freaked out like, what in the heck? Like I felt like this person come back like to take me to the other side. And I was fighting them like, no, 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 I don't want to go with you. I don't want to go with you. And so I ended up going to a medium and I was like, why in the heck I had this dream. A couple weeks later, I found out that this person passed away. Why did this happen? And so at that time, I wasn't tapping into my gifts or abilities. And so the medium told me a message that he gave me. And he was telling me, he just kept telling the medium, I want her to take off her heavy coat. I want her to take off her heavy coat. And I was like, what in the heck does that mean? It's obviously symbolic. I wasn't wearing a heavy coat. I didn't own a heavy coat. I was like, is he telling me to lose weight? Like, what in the heck is this dude telling me? And I didn't get it until much, much later. And when I looked at this, I heard the heavy coat. And so, Scorpio, you're going to take off your heavy coat. It's the burdens, it's the guilt, it's the shame. It's like doing things because you feel like you have to do it. Because if you're yourself and if you're living your life, you're letting people down, right? And for me, that heavy coat was embracing tarot because I was taught so against it. Among other things, but embracing tarot and embracing my spiritual gifts. Your heavy coat might be something else, okay? But it's basically taking off of that burden, that shame. Especially if you're an empathetic Scorpio, you may have inherited the traumas and the burdens and the shames of the ancestors that came before you, especially if you come from a family line where there was genocide or slavery, or physical violation, or different types of, there's words I'm not allowed to say on YouTube, but inappropriate things happening with children. If you have any of that stuff in your family line, you may have inherited a lot of that energy and a lot of the pain and the suffering of those who came before you, like you inherited in your DNA, and you're releasing that. You're taking off that heavy coat. It's not yours to carry. So you're taking it off. Okay. Very, very powerful reading. Beautiful reading. Um, Beautiful reading, Scorpio. I encourage you to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks are going to resonate with you more than others. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. If you want to go to calendly.com/amethystangelite, you can schedule a private reading with me there. Love readings, as I said, are linked in the description of the video. And a podcast will be coming up in the next few days. Guys, knock on wood. Hopefully I won't be traveling for a while. I've been traveling. There's been like chaos in my family and sickness and things that have been happening, and I've been all over the place. But hopefully now I'm back in, I'm settled, and I'll be consistent with the posting again. And the podcast will become consistent as well. Okay. I am going to pick a day and time that every week, that day, that time, I'm going to do the podcast. And I'm going to do it live so that you guys can call in. You guys can call in with questions, share your experiences, look into sometimes maybe I'll pull cards for callers sometimes. I'm working on that. So I thank you for your continued patience, your continued love and support. Thank you so much, guys. It means more to me than you know. Bye, my dears.